From the News Channel 5 Network, this is MorningLine.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Morning Line. Nick Barris here. We've got a great show on tap for you. It's the holidays. We're rolling along. I don't know. Temptation is everywhere. And so we thought we like to do these programs if we can, especially this time of year, just to help you, help me, and maybe learn something. We're going to talk about eating habits, not just that, but in general, healthy living, because some of you may be thinking as we get toward the end of the year, toward working toward those New Year's resolutions that usually last until maybe February if you're lucky. I don't know about all that. Look. I've got some ideas. I'm going to bounce them off our guest. You can too by joining in the conversation. 737-7587. Healthy living. Is that fun? Unhealthy living. Now that's fun. You may not feel good, but some of the things that are unhealthy are so good. I don't know how Holly Ladd feels about that. She would tell me that, yeah, you can eat healthy and still enjoy it. I know you do every day. She's very healthy. Holly, all right, first of all, she is a nutrition, wellness, what should we call you?
Health coach. I'm currently a functional medicine certified health coach.
Health coach is what you are.
But a health coach.
Oh, so what do you mean you just got the certification?
I just finished a program that trained me specifically to work with functional medicine practitioners in their offices with their patients.
With doctors then, okay, meaning that prescribe medicines.
Correct,
and then as something that will complement whatever treatment they're giving someone, they integrate healthy style of whatever this person may need.
Yeah, so functional medicine is a little bit different branch of medicine where they actually try to find the root cause of disease, and it's a systems approach. So they don't just try to treat the symptom, they try to get at why you got that disease in the first place. So what's out of whack in your body? And they're generally, their first line of treatment is nutrition therapy, because we all eat pretty bad food. And then, you know, they look at hormones, they look at pathways, they look at genetics, they look at everything. They look at your gut, your microbiome, and they put together a whole treatment. But it usually includes, you know, nutrition, some sort of a stress program, sleep, you know, people getting enough sleep, and then heal from within, right? Because the body has the power to heal. So functional medicine practitioners, and that's why health coaches, they need health coaches, because they hand a person a sheet and say, okay,
that's overwhelming.
This is how what you have to do, and somebody says, I don't know where to start.
Right.
So
then you set up the program and how to help them go through that, which is something that you lived yourself, because I always like to bring this up. Before you went into this field, you were, was it real estate, or was it? That's right, you were real estate. Okay, well, I just remember you talking about, you know, a high-powered real estate agent, very busy. You know how it is, you're on call 24/7. I'm sure you were very good at it, but you just decided it wasn't agreeing with you.
It was stressing me out, and I actually ended up getting an autoimmune. Like it triggered a pretty serious autoimmune condition in my body.
Autoimmune, I know. Does that mean your joints were hurting? You were getting sick? How?
For me, it was something called scleroderma, and it affected my skin, and it was very, very painful. I felt like I had a sunburn all over 24/7, which doesn't feel good.
And that manifests itself primarily through stress, and it was psychological?
Well,
affecting you physiologically?
It was stress, which has a physiological component, you know, which causes inflammation. It was and
then some of your dietary habits and stuff like that
combined. A little too much alcohol, you know, everything sort of, it was a perfect storm. And the symptoms, you know, appeared, and I just attacked it with a functional medicine doctor. And we used lifestyle and some supplements, and found where I was missing some important supplements, vitamin D for one, which is, you know, I was very low. And, you know, here I am 6 years later, no symptoms, limitless life, you know, biking 40 miles, going to the gym. I mean, I can do whatever I want.
You just feel a lot better.
Amazing.
And because of that, I mean, you didn't just say, okay, I've corrected this, I'm going to go back to real estate. You just fell in love with this field. You decided you want to help other people.
Yeah, so it became my passion and mission in life, really, my purpose.
That's pretty cool.
Because I see that we can prevent these things, and we can reverse these things, you know, so it's never too late to heal. It's never too late for the body.
What did you have for breakfast today?
You always ask me this question. So I'm going to throw you for a loop this morning.
Fruit Loops. Captain Crunch.
Close.
No, of course, that's the last thing she would have. I would have that, but go ahead.
No, so this morning, because in the interest of not waking up the household, I had just a couple of pieces of really whole grain, gluten-free toast.
That's right. You're gluten-free.
Gluten-free, absolutely. Put some coconut oil on it instead of butter. Then a little nut butter.
What kind of nut?
It's a mixture of like almonds, and I think there's a little bit of peanut. I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter,
Okay.
but some flax seeds, some chia seeds.
All right, so this is what you did. Did you make it yourself?
No,
or
I
you
actually
bought the nut butter. Okay.
buy the nut
so
butter.
coconut oil first. Did you toast the bread?
Toast the
then
bread.
coconut oil, which
Yep.
certain coconut oils, I've had different kinds, and I think they're all great, but some have a little more of a coconutty taste than others, which actually I prefer. I like coconut taste, but you can get coconut oil that has almost no flavor.
Yeah, I mean, this one that I use doesn't really extra
not
virgin.
much flavor.
So, yeah,
okay,
not a whole
so it
lot of
doesn't. You
coconut.
can't really taste the coconut.
Not really.
Okay, so you put that on there, then the nut butter.
And then fresh blueberries.
Ha! You can get fresh blueberries right now. Do you ever buy the frozen ones? Or
Yeah.
I have a freezer full of frozen ones that I picked this summer.
yeah.
And we've talked about this before. They freeze great.
They do.
Blueberries freeze great. And if you can get them in the summertime when you go pick them and get a bunch and freeze them if you have the space, it's way cheaper. A little bag of frozen blueberries
know.
at the store right now will cost you $8.
I know.
You know, so
know.
you can buy fresh ones that come in. Those aren't necessarily
And they're
cheap
not
right
cheap
now
either. No.
But they're so good.
They are, and they're so good for you.
So is it true that when you talk about different fruits and vegetables, that the brighter the colors, is there anything to that? I don't know. Well, now
Absolutely.
cauliflower is just plain old white, and that's really good for you, right?
Well, so here's the thing. We want to eat the rainbow, right? We
Oh,
want to
okay.
eat all the different colors because they all have different benefits for us,
what do
right?
you eat that's black?
Ooh,
Blackberries, but they're not really blackberries.
black isn't really a rainbow color, Nick.
No, you're right. It's not really even a color, I suppose.
I don't
Neither.
know.
Well, it's white. Are white and black really colors? Let's not get into that. I don't know.
Semantics.
Okay, so but black. But aside from that, you want to eat the rainbow.
Yeah, so bright orange, red, raspberries and tomatoes and beets, and then purple, your blueberries or blue,
Blue and
blueberries
green.
and green. Green is obvious,
Yeah.
White, cauliflower, mushroom, even
Oh, that's white. Right.
Yeah.
Mushrooms and cauliflower.
Jicama.
I
Jicama's
guess
great.
jicama. I keep thinking of things I throw into my smoothie. I don't know if you guys make smoothies, but I try to get as many different colorful
yeah.
things and throw it in there. It's
a great way to
even
start the
like
day.
Purple cabbage.
purple. You put a purple cabbage in your smoothie?
Yes. No, it's just a piece.
okay.
I put a little piece of a bunch of stuff, and then there's a basis for it that gives it more of a fruity flavor. Still, my smoothies are not for everyone, but they are packed with so much stuff. What about chlorophyll? Chlorophyll tablets. I bought these tablets the other day, and I don't do many pills or anything like that anymore, but it was chlorophyll and spirulina in one. And it's just a little round. I don't know. I know spirulina is supposed to be good for you. It's like seaweed extract
Right.
or something,
Spirulina is supposed to be a great source. I'm not an expert on chlorophyll or spirulina, but when I was vegan, I would do spirulina because it offers some protein
That's
and
what
some
you need,
amino
protein that
acids
way.
and everything that comes with the spirulina. Chlorophyll, I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I figure, can't hurt,
If it
right?
makes you feel better.
Yeah, I suppose. It's all in my head.
Yeah.
All right, now, we're going to take your calls because I want to know some of the things that you eat this holiday season. Maybe that's just something that's just for the holidays, which I think I know she'll say, it's okay if you splurge a little bit, especially during the holidays. But today is the News Channel 5 station-wide holiday picnic. And so we're going to be in the back. And usually everyone brings a little something, and the station's very nice about, supplying us with, some main course or whatever. This year, I'm going to join a couple other folks here at the station, and we're going to be frying turkeys in the back. Hopefully don't burn down the station. And we're going to fry turkeys. Now, turkey. Now, do you eat turkey?
I do.
Okay, you'll eat turkey, which is a great alternative to red meat and all of that. Now, what about the frying of the turkey as opposed to baking a turkey? There are advantages and disadvantages to both, but do you think one's more healthy than the other? And I'd say baking, keep in mind, you're basting it with butter or whatever you'd put in there in an oven.
Roasting it.
Is that better than frying in your mind?
In my mind, it's better because you have more control over the type of fat that you're putting on the turkey.
Okay.
So when you're frying a turkey in a big vat of oil, you're probably using a vegetable oil or a canola
Usually a peanut oil.
or a peanut oil, which is an inflammatory oil. So you're adding inflammatory. And then when you fry something, it's also got inflammatory properties as well.
Right.
So you're sort of doubling the inflammatory property of the turkey. Now, if you take away the skin and just go right to the meat, I'm not sure how much it infuses into the.
See, my
actual
belief
meat.
on that usually, as long as you haven't punctured it with a bunch of holes, injecting it with stuff, that you're absolutely right. The skin.
Don't
is
eat the
just,
skin.
Because the skin is going to be saturated, and it tastes great. I'm sorry, it just does. But the skin's not. But the moment that bird hits the super hot oil, which is 375, it hits it, and what I've heard is that it more or less fuses immediately. All the juice is inside, so nothing really comes out, and not a lot of the oil goes into the meat per se. Yeah, it's everywhere else on the outside, but once it's in there, it's not like it's. Sometimes I remember the first time I heard about fried chicken or fried turkey when I moved here. I thought, God, fried turkey? Is that like fried chicken at Kentucky Fried or something? It just sounded awful to me. But it's not. This is not batter. You know how it is. Most people in the South know what it is. And so I think if you just eat the meat, is there a difference between dark and white meat in terms of health properties, whether it's fried or otherwise in your mind? Is one more healthy than the other?
It used to be eat only white meat because we sort of demonized fats, right? The dark meat has a little more fat.
Is that right? Okay.
But studies have come out to show that that research really was flawed.
Okay.
So dark meat is back in. Chicken thighs are back in. So if you I love boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
Yeah, and it's a great way to cook.
It's a great way to cook. They have a lot more flavor.
Not that expensive.
Not
compared
that expensive.
compared to chicken breast.
Absolutely, and it's got more flavor. It's more moist when you cook it.
Yeah.
So if you like dark meat, don't demonize the dark meat. Eat it. I think it's got some good properties that we need.
All right, listen, we'll take a break on that note. We got some calls coming in. The number 737-7587. As you can tell, with me and her, it's pretty much stream of consciousness. But as you see, it's healthy living, okay? And she's a wellness coach. We'll get into all of that. You can join in the conversation. Throw something our way. See if you can stump her. All right, we'll take a break and be back with more right after this.